let's go on to the next Twitter question. This one's from 𝗧𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗘. And the question is, can David tell us about his conversion story to Shia Islam? Go ahead, David.
Yeah,
Very nice question, brother.
Yeah, so that's long story because I was not born Muslim. So there is a first conversion to Islam, which is the Bakri one at first, because was the main Islam was in my place. There's no much Shia. So I go directly to the Bakri one and after to the Shia Islam. But first of all, I will mention that I'm born in an atheist family. So mostly are Marxist and this kind of ideology. So I not came from a Christian really family. And I was not agree with it, I don't know, with this way of thinking. And later I start to be interested by religion and so on. And I found the only one who credible in my eyes was Islam. So that's why I'm going to the closest mosque what I find, and I just revert directly without any choice between the Bakri side or Shia or whatever. I was not thinking of something like that at this moment. So I go to this mosque, I revert, I start to pray and learn and so on. I was very active with them, like during 5 years or some things.
Sorry, how old are you at this point? How old are you at this stage?
16.
16, all right, quite young.
16, yeah. 16 or 17, something like that. And I start to be active with them. I stay like 5 or 6 years with them. I was in different association. I go to a lot of things, demonstration, a lot of groups. We work so many projects. I was very involved with them. And during this time, I start to make research because I have some doubt about some things with them. And it was the same time that the war in Syria, in Iraq, and so on.
What doubts did you have?
I have thought about there's a lot of violence things, there's a lot of problem with the Sahaba. I start to learn some bad story about them on YouTube and so on. And at this moment, I start to have some doubt and start to be different with them. And I discover later that there's a lot of problem with Abu Bakr and Omar and all the things we know. And that's why I became Shia for this reason. And to one day to another, I completely cut the bridge with them.
Do you remember like the first thing that hit you that you realized like, okay, this is really something that I need to take seriously? Do you remember any specific thing that?
There's a lot of things in one go. I was watching Fadak at this time.
Okay, all right.
In English and even in French, and it was very very strange for me to hear all these things. And I going to the Bakri mosque and ask them question and so on, but no one can really answer to that.
What were they replying to you when you told them?
They don't really care about that.
So they tell you what?
It's not important. Or don't focus about that. Or they just say nothing. Sometimes you just ask them, they stay like that.
I think maybe they don't know.
They don't know what I'm talking. The worst things is like they just don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In my circle of Bakri friends, a lot of them they don't even know who is Omar.
They don't even know Omar.
Yeah.
Wow.
We reach this point.
Wow. Okay.
They don't even know. I talk about it, say who is it. So
right.
I feel very lonely.
And these are your Bakri, used to be the Bakri friends or?
Yeah, all of
converts?
Them. No, Bakri and...
Did they class themselves as Salafi?
Yeah. Salafi, it's even worse than that. They are Salafi in fact, but they don't class them as Salafi.
Right.
They just say we are Muslim.
It reminds me when I went to Karbala, just this Arba'in, we came across a lot of youths that reside in Karbala, like next to the shrine of Imam Hussein al-Islam. Yes. It reminds me that a lot of people do not know whether like Omar or the members of Ahlul Bayt al-Islam, who they are. Like I came across a lot of youths that don't know who Zahra is, which is something shocking for a Shia. They're Shia and everything. They don't know who Zahra is, and they don't know who killed Imam Hussein al-Islam or who killed Zahra al-Islam. And while Zahra al-Islam's son Imam Hussein is buried in Karbala, it was very shocking. So I think it's I wouldn't be surprised that the Bakri themselves may not know who Omar is.
Yeah. So they don't know, and they live in the West. They don't really care about that. They just go pray, go home, and that's all. And I feel so lonely with them First of all, because I heard all this story, and secondly, because they don't care.
Right.
And I was
so yeah, from that point, where did you go? You continued your research. Did you?
Yeah, I continued my research since 2 years.
2 years after
2
that.
years, yeah,
Okay,
2
wow.
years to research. Yes.
And what you were reading books, you were watching lectures.
I was very influenced by the Salafi manhaj at this moment. So for me, it was very very big risk to become Shia. So was some things maybe I will go to hell or something like that. So that's why it takes me a lot of time to move. But one day to another, I move and I said it's done. It's enough.
Okay, and then so when did you actually convert? When did you actually? You missed the most important thing. When did you take your shahada?
No, I don't take my shahada. I just go to the next senior I found, and I start to like a new convert. Like I convert like a second times. I rebirth, let's say. So I just start from the basic. So I start to learn how to pray and so on with them.
Sorry, did I miss when you converted? When did you actually take your shahada the first time?
The first time.
Yeah. When was that? What year was that? Or how old were you?
What do you mean?
When you took your shahada?
16, yes.
You took your shahada when you were 16?
Yeah, when I become back.
So I think I maybe missed. I thought at 16 you said you were researching for 2 more years. And then
No. I say at 16 I revert directly to the Bakri Islam, and later at something like 20.
There we go. So 20 you took your shahada too. You became a Shia.
22.
22 you became a Shia.
Yeah,
How old are you now? How old are you now?
25.
25. Mashallah. Mashallah.
So 3 years ago.
Where did you go to take your shahada when you were 22? Or did you I think you mentioned you did not.
No, I did not. But I go to the next two senior I found, and I start to learn with them and start to do everything with them. They are the first people I found as Shia that are not Rafidi. So that's why they don't ask me to shahada. They don't ask me to. They just say, okay, let's go to start learning like that.
But you had already read yourself about the enemies of Ahl Bayt alayhim salam. You're already well read.
Yeah, I was not in the same point on them. That was very.
You were ahead of them, clearly. You're a new convert. Mostly converts are ahead of the.
Yeah, I knock at the door, they open, and I start to talk.
So what was your reaction, or how did you deal with finding out that people are not, recognizing things that you thought is like common, that should be commonly known?
Yeah, that was very strange, because I knocked at the door, they open, they say, you're Shia. I say, I want to become Shia. He looked me very strange, like, why?
Really?
And he started to ask me question, why you want to become Shia and so on. I was surrounded by them, like
he didn't trust you or something.
No, they trust me, but I say because I want to become Shia because I hate Aisha, and I heard this story, and they become very embarrassing.
Really?
I thought I say, and they look at me. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, understand, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to point a specific reason that like the final straw, the thing that said that's it, Sunni, the so-called Sunni religion is fake. That's not the true Islam. What was it?
I don't know. It's a big mix.
It's a build-up, isn't it?
It's a build-up.
It's a build-up.
It took me 2 years because.
But they say like the straw on the camel's back.
Yeah.
What?
And for example, during this time, there was the 2 years I changed my marriage as a Bakri a lot of times.
Right.
Because I was looking for all other things.
Yeah.
I was following the Salafi one. I became Hanafi because it's look more free. I want to change. I was very confused with them during a very long time.
Sorry, David. Before I follow the train of thought with the reaction you had.
Yeah.
What you did you mention what was the first thing that opened the door for you to be like, okay, let me research this? Was there something that triggered it?
Yeah, because the first contact I have with Shia online, I mean, they are very Rafidi, so they completely destroyed the Sahaba. It was very shocking for me because they completely destroyed from
Mashallah,
everything.
Okay. This is like a forum or social media? Where is this?
On YouTube, I watch Fadak and other things also, a lot of things, and they completely destroyed with. It's like very easy.
Yeah, because you said you went to this Husseiniya, you told them I converted because I have this hatred, and I've discovered basically who Aisha was. I want to make a comment here, and I'll answer your question follow up. Unfortunately, a lot of people feel like it's somehow not correct, or it's not the proper way to convert to Shia Islam if you're doing it through the door of discovering the enemies of Ahl Bayt.
No, that's the best way.
This is the best way, and it's the cleanest way, the easiest way, and it's a way that inshallah brings pleasure to the Ahlul Bayt themselves.
And I will say why, because when you convert from this kind of with this mindset, there is no go back after.
Yeah, you know exactly. This sets it firm. Yeah.
And some people, they revert to Shia, but not in this way. They revert because for a lot of reasons.
There is many ways. Even just Tawheed alone, you can convert.
Yeah,
but it's
a lot of reasons. But they don't destroy their previous belief.
Yeah.
And if you don't destroy your previous beliefs, it will come back, will be confused. Will be very
without destroying their current belief, people don't take the initiative to even care about checking others. But take you back to the Hussainiyah. So they told you, they were like looking at you very strange, right? You said this is the reason.
They were very nice with me, but we are not on the same page.
Right.
They told me, yes, we are for unity with Muslim. We are not we are not like really like that. They don't want to say the word, but they don't want really like that.
Yes.
But
can I ask a personal question from Brother David?
Yeah.
You see, I come across some converts. They always they tell me that they get annoyed when they are asked right away. Tell me your story. How did you convert? Because this is the thing, when they go to the mosque or to some Hussainiyas, brothers, especially from maybe some elders, they come to them and they get surprised, like, oh, you're a convert, because they stand out.
That's very bad.
So they're like, oh, you're a convert, so tell me right away the first thing. They're like, tell me, how did you convert?
The reason for that is like mostly the Shia people are the worst for that, because they not get used to have a lot of convert from European people. They are very surprised, but not in the good way. Sometimes they don't. Some of them, they don't even understand why you are there. For them, it's just cultural things, like you go to the Hussainiyah because there's the people from your country and so on. It's very bad.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone have a question for David before we move on to the next question? A very enlightening story, by the way, and ask Allah to increase you in guidance. And I hope that people have benefited. I'm sure there are many people out there that are currently, well, definitely there are, in their research phase.
Yeah, of course.
We ask them to keep going, inshallah ta'ala.
Yeah.
Someone who researches sincerely will no doubt, inshallah ta'ala, if they are sincere, find the haqq, as Brother David has. Thank you for sharing that.
سوى العليان يا شيعة